going to be your how-to video for this week's assignment called Box Plot Entertainers. Okay, so in this activity, what you're doing is you're looking at the top highest paid 15 male celebrities, and you're comparing that to the highest paid female celebrities. And this is both according to Forbes in 2017. And Forbes is an financial institute and magazine that publishes a lot of information on stocks, bonds, that kind of thing. So it's a pretty good resource to use if you're interested in salaries and business, that kind of thing. So the first thing that you want to do in this activity is you want to order your male salaries from least to greatest. Now, the nice thing about this is in the pictures, they're really already ordered for you. They just start out from highest to lowest, okay? So if you want to, you can just work backwards. And when you're working in your Google Doc here, you can just work backwards and type in. You don't have to type in million. Just type in the number because we all know that this is going to be in millions, okay? So you'll finish that out, order them from least to greatest, okay? And then you're going to want to do the exact same thing for the female salaries. And once again, you're going to notice Beyonce was the highest and then Britney Spears was the lowest. So you just start backwards with Britney Spears and put the salaries in order from least to greatest. Once again, you don't have to put a million. So that part's pretty simple, okay? Then after you've done that, then you're going to use the information from those pictures to find the values in the table below so you can create your box plot, okay? So I'm going to do the males with you, and then you're going to do the females, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and finish out ordering from least to greatest here. So there's Justin Bieber. All right, and then we got Rush Limbaugh and Guns N' Roses, which I can't believe they're still making that much money. And we got LeBron James and James Patterson, who he's a big time, if you don't know, he does a lot of books. He's a big time author. So then we got Coldplay and Howard Stern, and hopefully you guys aren't familiar with him. Maybe when you're a little older, you can watch him. Okay, The Weeknd, you guys know, 92 million. Cristiano Ronaldo is a huge, if you're not familiar with soccer, he's a huge, really good soccer player. And then, of course, you guys probably know Drake. And then let's see, Sean Combs, who is, some people call him P. Diddy. So he used to be a rapper. He's a big-time producer. Okay, so we got them in order. Now, the first thing that we want to do is we want to find the lower extreme. Remember, that's the smallest number in the data set. So the smallest number is Jerry Seinfeld at 69 million. So I'm going to put 69 in the blank. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the upper extreme because that's just easy because all you got to do is look at the data set. So the upper extreme is the highest number in the data set, and for my guys, the highest paid person was Sean Combs, the rapper slash producer, okay, at 130 million. All right, so now we got to find the other three pieces of information, okay? So we want to find I'm going to find the median first. And I think the easiest thing to do is just look at the pictures. And for every one, you're going to start at the end and the beginning. And we want to count to the middle because they're already in order, okay? So I know it's not Jerry, not Sean, not Bruce Springsteen, not Drake. And then I'm going to keep moving in and moving in. There's Lionel Messi, not him, The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, Howard Stern, Coldplay, Rush Limbaugh, Patterson, Guns N' Roses. So it looks like my guy LeBron James is the median. He's the middle number at 86 million. So I'm going to put 86 million there. Okay. Now what that does for him is it splits it into two sections. This lower half of the data and the upper half of the data. So I don't want to include LeBron James in my info because he's the middle. So I'm going to start to find the lower quartile. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to start with James Patterson, and I'm going to count in just like I did to find the middle number. Okay, then Coldplay, Drake is off, and then Howard Stern, Cristiano Ronaldo. So the weekend is the median of the bottom half of the data. So I'm going to put for the lower quartile, that's the median of the bottom half, so that's 92. Now for the upper part, once again, I'm not going to include LeBron, and I'm going to count into the middle to get my middle number. So we got Jerry's off and Guns N' Roses, and Bruce and Rush, and Dr. Phil and Bieber Fever's off. So now Lionel Messi he's also a soccer player, is going to be that middle number there. So the median of the upper half of the data, or the upper quartile, is 80. So now those are all the data points that you need. You'll do the exact same thing with the female celebrities. So once you get those numbers for the females, then you're ready to make your box plot. So what you're going to do is this link is a link to creating your box plots in a Google Slides. Now here's what you have to do. Make sure to make your own copy of the slides, okay? Because you're only going to be able to view this, and you won't be able to work in here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is when you open up the slides, go to File and click Make a Copy of the entire presentation. And if you want to put, I would change it to your name. So you can put whatever your name is, and then you put your box plot entertainers and click OK, and there's your copy. And if you have reading with Miss Bernard or Ms. Roball, you've done this before in in some of their activities. So then what you're going to do is you're going to use the parts on the next slide to create your box plots. So on this slide, you're going to see that I have 2 sets of boxes and 4 whiskers and 2 sets of medians, and then our 2 sets of lower extremes and upper extremes. That's because you're putting the male and the female on the exact same slide. So I'm going to go ahead and do the male, and I think the male was 69, and then the upper extreme was 130. So I'm going to put that 69, which is right about there. And once again, remember, this is just going to be kind of an estimate. And then 130 will be up here. And then, let's see, my median was at 86. So I'm going to go ahead and move my box down here. And remember, you might have to resize your box. And then this is you got to turn your whiskers around here. And you'll probably have to resize your whiskers. So we'll move that one. Oops, no, I'm sorry. I take that back. That was my median. I don't want to turn that. That median was 86, wasn't it? So it's like right about there. Estimate, remember. And then here's my whiskers, which I'm definitely going to have to resize those. And there's my other whisker. Okay. And you can play with the resizing, make yours look a little bit better than mine. Okay. All right. So then I want to just make sure that my box is set up correctly. So remember, the lower quartile is where the box starts. So the box is going to start at 92, and the upper quartile is where the box ends. Oops, I need to switch those, don't I? Put that wrong. So that's 80 right there. And 92 goes there. Okay. So we're going to start our box at 80 and end it at 92. So fortunately, my box pretty much already starts at 80. Then I need to end it at 92, which is probably right about there, which means this whisker needs to be a little bit longer. Okay, so there's your basic box and whisker plot. Now this is for the male, so what you're going to have to do is go to Insert, click Text Box, and you need to label that as males. Okay, and then the next thing that you're going to do is go back, and you're going to do the exact same thing for your females. And when you're finished, you're going to come up here and you're going to copy and paste. So remember that's on yours, I believe it's Control C, copy and paste your link right here so I can click it and I can check it to see what you do. Okay. Now, the last part says analyze write 10 true statements based upon this data. Now, this is up to you. It can be anything. It can be things like for males, the lower extreme is 69. That's a true statement. It can be things like in general, 50% or 100% of the males made more than the females. Or it can be whatever it says on your box plot. As long as it's true based on what you've put in your data, it's going to be correct. So that's up to you, really. Okay, so that's how you're doing your box plots. And if you have any questions for this activity, please chat me or email me, and I'll be able to help you.